Hey, 646 folks. It's Wednesday here, about 126. Just finished up your grading on A5. Man, you guys are doing great. So, everybody got full points. Let's just be transparent here for a second. Everybody got full points. It looked good. Uh, my personal thoughts about neutrals. All right. We want to be able to present data or results in a way that says this occurred over this many subjects. We can do averages, we can do correlations, we can do differences, t-tests, regression. All right, I'm going to take you into a deep dive of correlations with partials and semi-partials. If you put a neutral in there, it really hurts our ability to discriminate between a little and a lot. And it also becomes, a dumping ground for people that just don't want to think during a survey. So they have some really negative, associations. So I'm telling you to take them out unless you really feel like you've got to give the participant a fence to sit on. All right? So the other one was other or didn't know. Pull that out, okay? Why? Well, again, that becomes a dumping place for people that don't want to commit. If you're giving this survey, chances are they're going to know. If they don't know, then they may skip the problem or the question altogether, and you'll get your answer there. But oftentimes, it's probably more valuable for you to give them that 4-point Likert and make them make a choice. Okay, try not to let them out of an answer here. Okay, so when you give them other and it's like the wrong format, it can become, they can start doing other on all kinds of things, and that information then becomes kind of valueless. Okay, now there's places for it, I agree. We want other for, or what we want to create is some follow-up questions. So if a person says always or never, follow-up questions should kick. And so in some of your instruments, I told you I'm hoping this is a follow-up question, etc. There were a couple of instruments that will definitely just be qualitative. You're not going to get, and I told you this, you will not get statistical inference out of the item stems that you had. These are custom item stems, A through D or E, that are they're not repetitive, so you can't really get quantitative data from it. Okay? What else? I think that pretty much covered some of the things I was concerned with. Using different scales. So some people had 4, 5, and 6 scales. Look, I get where you're going and you're trying to exercise this new muscle you're developing. It's cool, I understand. But here's the thing that happens. People go down and they want to finish this thing as fast as they actually started it, right? Let's be honest. We've all filled out these surveys. So when you start mixing up the scaling and you start mixing up the types of Likerts that you're doing, they kind of get frustrated. And then what it results in more times than not is going to end up being non-answered questions. So how do I know this? Well, my PhD's from Western. Western had a unique program called evaluation, that program evaluation, okay? So my PhD is in evaluation because I was doing consulting, going into consulting. The number one thing If you look at Bloom's taxonomies, solving problems, critical thinking is evaluation assessment, and people wanted individuals with the MBA and evaluation component together. So here's the point. Evaluation is really, out of all the research disciplines ever, I think, evaluation is really judgy and picky about research and this type of activity. And so when it comes to developing instruments, my chairs were obnoxious. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, it was a bad thing when I was going through it. But the good thing is what I learned over all the research I've done is that the output, they were right. If I write instruments that had these pitfalls in it, the output I got and the data I got from it was pretty much garbage. All right. If I stuck to some of these clear and understandable basics, I was in good shape. One was sticking to a particular scale. 2 was taking out your neutrals. 3 was pulling out some of the text box that you can leave them that allows them to opt out and give you a bazillion different answers. Where we want to put those text box and open-ended questions are in the follow-ups. Okay? So take a look at my suggestions, make the changes. You're going to float a pilot study out there, I think, next week. See how that comes back. And then we're going to turn that data in and I'll take a look at it. All right? You guys are doing great. Do me a favor. I really appreciate you guys letting me know if this is going okay. If there's something here you don't like at all, let me know. I really want to make sure that this course goes well this semester. So please send me a line. Let me know. I wish you would do this better or do this differently, or I think the class is good. Let me know. Or it could be a mix of those things, right? Okay, so go ahead and send that if you can. Have a great week. I'll probably be in touch with you towards the end of the week or possibly next Monday. All right, take care.